en el party. En el party, party. En el party, party, party. En el party, party. Los tacones de mi guacho suenan taca, taca.
The Noche Latina, an NBA celebration of Latin heritage. We're proud to bring it to you here at 2K Sports. Here with the greats, Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill. I'm Brian Anderson, and Allie LaForce, our reporter. And we've got a moment to look at the rebounding trend over the last few months for Nicholas Claxton.
And the last couple of months, the rebounding totals have taken a bit of a dive for him. Let's see if he can refocus and put more effort on the glass.
Now the opening lineup for the Brooklyn Nets. Johnson at the 4 with Claxton at center. Cam Thomas out there with Dennis Schroeder. And it's Ingles in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Magic, they've got Karl Anthony Towns, Banchero out there with Mikal Bridges. Then it's D'Angelo Russell, and it's Kispert in at the 2. And it's always fun to watch the next generation of basketball, RJ. The youth movement is certainly on for both of these teams.
Man, it's so great to see the young guys get some experience. The more playing time they get, the more comfortable they become. This is going to be a really good game.
And so off the tip, it's Brooklyn. Outside, Ingles. Screen by Claxton. Thomas passes to Claxton, and he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
He finds a shooter in motion and is confident he can thread him with the lead pass. Well done.
Pass to Towns. No luck on that one. Some solid defense from Claxton. And Schroeder has got the ball here for the Brooklyn Nets. Here's Thomas. There's a screen. To the middle. Here's Claxton. And that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Now here's Towns. 14 points his last outing. Back to Russell. 5 to shoot. Towns on a screen. Jacks up a 3. Oh, it's Towns with the finish.
And that's a powerful man right there. Towns is never going to pass up a chance to finish with authority.
And that was our AT&T 5G Slam Cam, bringing you the sauce. And just around a minute and a half into this first quarter. And one thing we're seeing from D'Angelo Russell now, increased efficiency, Richard.
Yeah, from the start of his career, he has definitely improved. He's got a ways to go, but he's talented and there's still a lot of time.
Now here's Johnson. He's averaging more than 12 a game. A consistent threat on offense. Lets it go from the wing. We'll see if it makes a difference this time.
I really didn't see much of an edge from them. A little more intensity could have gone a long way.
Yeah, you hate to be critical, but that's part of our job. You have to call it the way we see it. That night, they were flat.
Way to stay strong, Paolo. Not letting the foul get the better of him.
And without a superstar scorer, Grant, the question has always been, how does this Nets team generate enough offense?
Yeah, well, hero ball is not going to work. I mean, they've got to push the pace and trust one another and go from good shot to great shot.
The free throw drops for Banchero.
He gets to the line a lot. Banchero knows that and works on those shots at practice.
Outside Schroeder. Pass to Thomas. Down low. Claxton passes to Schroeder. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession. And in that March stretch, some interesting things going on in the East. You look at Orlando, the season is winding down. They sit 9th on the outside looking in currently. And of course, there's the Nets, 5 spots from the top.
And looking at Orlando, They're really doing their best to rise through the rankings. Time will tell whether they can pull it off.
And you have to wonder if this roster can get to that next level. They have talent, but if it doesn't come together, they might have to shake it up.
You don't want to let them get into a rhythm from out there.
Schroeder against Russell. To the inside. And it's Bridges with the jam.
Getting some airtime. Okay, Bridges, we see you.
Brooklyn trailing. Pass to Claxton. And in the first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Here's Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
And one move ahead of the defense. A solid pick.
And then the monster dunk to complete the play. Well done.
Well, great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammate.
Here's Russell following the bucket by the Nets. Towns. Bridges finds Banchero. The Magic need to put one up here. Russell from outside. Rebounded by the Nets. Outplayed in their previous game on their schedule, losing to the Cavs.
I really think that L has to fall on their defense, or a lack thereof. Just not enough focus at that end of the floor.
Some of it was solid shooting from their opponent, but they didn't have any teeth with their defense. Need to be more active than they were.
And Johnson gets it to go on the assist by Ingles. Johnson's got his second basket on the night.
Going to work in the mid-range. This is how confident Johnson is from this area.
Bridges, a screen on Schroeder. Russell against Schroeder. Out to Bridges. Here's Kispert. 11 points for him last game against Indiana. Banchero no good.
That's his shot, and one I'm sure he wants back.
Thomas passes to Schroeder. A minute and a half left in the first. Screen by Claxton. From 11 feet away, again the Nets score.
And now almost all their points coming from the paint.
Timeout called, the Magic.
Things just aren't going their way. He clearly wants to talk it over.
Good timeout if you ask me. They have the momentum, and coach wants to find a way to try and stop it.
A big group substitution here for Orlando. Wagner's checked in for Towns. Franz Wagner comes in for Bridges. Suggs is checked in for Kispert. And Cole Anthony subbed in for Russell. Banchero finds Anthony. Now Wagner. Wagner with a screen. The three from Banchero. And once again, off the mark by Orlando. The Nets with a lead. On the wing, Finney-Smith. Here's Walker. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. That's on Franz Wagner.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Nets.
So far, they haven't had to force anything. They're swinging the ball around and turning good passing into points.
And what's more, they're getting their feet wet down there in the paint early on. Not shying away at all, taking it inside. What a great way to start.
And he knocks down the first one. Karl Anthony Towns is checked in for Banchero. Johnson, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Harris comes in for Thomas. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. Orlando has gone 1 of 4 from deep. Here's Suggs, providing this team some offensive stability. A little over 10 points a game. Wagner with a screen on Walker. Shot clock at 6. Here's Suggs. And another miss by Orlando.
Oh, I can see some miscommunication on defense there very clearly. They were super fortunate it didn't torch them with that mistake.
Shot by Johnson, no good.
Give the defender credit, willing to challenge the shot. Lots of other guys just let them score there.
1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Suggs. Walker covering. Anthony right side. And stolen by Simmons. To the paint. Here's Walker. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
The vision for Simmons, picking out the right pass at the right time.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets up by a healthy 8 points at the end of the period. And it's mostly due to their superb shooting. They've wasted very few possessions. We'll be back in a moment. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And looking at what we've seen from the Nets, what do you think, guys?
Well, clearly they played well in the first period because of their selfless attitude.
They are playing for one another and focusing on making winning plays. You love to see it.
And here are the Magic now. 8-point game on the court right now. Second quarter for the Nets. In at the point guard position. Well, Grant, the playoffs are on the horizon. We're almost there. Can you taste postseason basketball?
I can taste it, I can smell it, I can feel it. There's nothing like the NBA playoffs. The level of basketball is just incredible, and lots of teams have a shot this year, so it'll be fun to see how it all plays out.
Here's Suggs. Walker covering. Towns outside. Towns double team. The three from Suggs. Pure from three-point range. Suggs has gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Walker, a screen on Anthony. Out of bounds. It'll be Orlando's ball. And here's a look at what's coming up for the Orlando Magic. On Friday, they kick off a road trip in Toronto, where they'll take on the Raptors.
And for their matchup with the Pelicans, no question they'll be amped for that one, eager to prove themselves against a tough opponent.
Brooklyn making some changes. Ingles comes in for Harris. And it's Schroeder in for Finney-Smith. Anthony, the pass to Wagner. Here's Towns. Oh, he nails that one. 3 for 4 now.
That's a guy you want taking shots, a quality offensive player.
Johnson, a screen on Anthony. Inside. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Really seems like everyone in the league can elevate these days, and Johnson, well, he's no exception.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
You gotta blow the whistle when it's that obvious. Great call there by the official.
Bridges, he's checked in for Orlando. Russell comes in for Anthony. Now here's Schroeder. He's got 5.
First team foul. Shooting for Brooklyn, Dennis Schroeder. Taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. And both free throws good for Schroeder.
And it's a luxury to have a great shooter like him at the line. Very rarely see a miss.
Russell against Schroeder. Russell, the pass to Bridges. The rebound by Ingles.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Wagner against Walker. Simmons with a screen on Wagner. To the paint. And some solid defense from Towns. Orlando has gone 3 of 6 from deep so far.
You know, Richard, it's not every day that you get to see a point guard with the size that Ben Simmons possesses.
Yeah, he is an anomaly, and that's also why he was the #1 pick. In history, you can probably count on one hand the amount of guys that can do things that he can do at his size.
Taking his shot in Towns doesn't think, he just acts.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. Making some changes. Paolo Banchero, he's checked in for Wagner, and Kispert is subbed in for Wagner. And a change for the Nets. Claxton, he's checked in for Walker. On defense, the Magic, trailing by 5. Simmons against Russell. Schroeder passes to Claxton. Oh, and there's a one-hand jam.
Oh, nice one-handed jam there, B.A.
Hey, little exclamation point. Russell against Simmons. Down low. Now here's Bridges. Tightly guarded. Bearing his second of 3 attempts.
Yeah, nimble play by Bridges inside, navigating the contact and getting to his finish.
Pass to Ingles. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Claxton with it. He has 6. Shot clock at 5. Simmons finds Johnson. Good. Johnson's got 8 points.
Look at the release from Johnson, getting that shot off before the defenders can close out.
Grant, it's fair to say this Magic team is still coming into its own as far as the youth on the roster.
Yeah, not a lot of NBA service time up and down the roster, but tons and tons of talent. I mean, they've done very well constructing the roster. Now to develop it, and they'll see the wins pile up.
Now here's Simmons, still without a bucket. Now here's Claxton. Johnson with a bucket. And the Nets lead by 6.
They've been a little soft with their defense on the interior.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over. The Brooklyn Nets kind of hit the reset button early in 2023. Dealing away star power, Richard.
Yeah, it was a big decision for that franchise, sending themselves back to the drawing board in some respects. But they got a ton of picks for Kevin Durant. They got a ton of picks for James Harden. So they have set themselves up to be in a very good position moving forward.
Checked in for Orlando. And the Nets also making a change. Thomas is checked in. There's a minute 26 left in the first half. Outside Russell. Now here's Banchero. He's guarded by Claxton. Back to Russell. 6 to shoot. Banchero with a screen on Schroeder. Russell finds Banchero. That shot's good. Russell making the play. Russell's got his 4th assist in this one. Thomas passes to Schroeder. There's a screen. Over Kispert, and the Nets tack on 2 more.
More points coming from inside. In that respect, they've been the more aggressive team.
Schroeder against Russell. To the middle. Here's Bridges. Some solid defense from Claxton.
Nice contest, a high level of energy. That's how you play defense.
Outside, Ingles. Thomas passes to Claxton. Here's Thomas. Here's the 3. He can't hit that time. Pass to Russell. And here's Kispert from the arc. Oh, no good on the last-second attempt there. That'll do it for the first half. It's the Nets, up by 6. All right, Allie's ready to go. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Well, Carl, they're scoring pretty easily. What has to change in the second half?
Our whole defensive system right now, because it's just not working. It's not the coaches, it's us as players. We're letting them get too much, fast break. They're doing a great job, and they're hitting some shots, so we got to be able to make them miss.
Best of luck locking it in, guys.
Allie, as always, thank you. We'll be right back to begin the third quarter right after this.
Howdy, folks. I know you've all been clamoring to find out how the Rookie of the Year race is looking, and we are not letting you down.
I love what I'm seeing from Holmgren. He has sort of an effortless way of taking over. The game just comes naturally to him.
Yeah, he stood out, man. I'm telling you, he's got to be excited about his future, these teams. This guy's unbelievable.
And welcome back to the game at hand in the first half. Plenty to like for the Nets.
The way they've attacked the lane, oh my God, it's almost Shaq-like. They've been DPR, Shaq. Decisive, physical, and relentless.
I think that just brought a tear to my eye, Kenny. I love you.
Appreciate you joining us. It's been our distinct pleasure, and I mean that. Let's now take you back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Boy, you look at Cam Johnson, he's been playing really well.
And in the first half, he dominated in the post. He got the looks he wanted and was able to execute.
The question now is, will the defense keep letting him punish them inside? Or did Coach have some new ideas for them?
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. Mikal Bridges is out there with Banchero. Then it's D'Angelo Russell. Then it's Kispert, and it's Towns in at the center. That's who's out there for Orlando. Russell finds Towns. And so it looks like the Magic will retain possession here. All right, a moment. Doing the most damage from long range since the All-Star break. D'Angelo Russell third.
I mean, when no other options are available, any one of these guys can just take charge and shoot that three.
As well as they shoot the three, I don't think it needs to be a backup plan. That could be a plan A.
Just 5 on the clock. Pass to Bridges. Shoots over Ingles. And winning a championship in 2016. Talk about what it was like to play alongside LeBron.
I'm going to be really honest, playing with Jason Kidd and how intelligent he is and how he sees the game. Playing with Tim Duncan and seeing how he dominates on the defensive end and is just a steady force on the offensive end. For me, LeBron James was the one player that combined every great skill of every great player that I had ever played with.
It's tipped. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Ben Simmons has dealt with injuries, yes, but the mental aspect is also one that he's working on. He said, quote, being assertive and aggressive. I know who I am. I know I need to get to the rim and get buckets, and that's also going to help my teammates and get them going. Brian, they are all about regaining that confidence.
Such a key right now. Thanks, Allie. Good stuff there.
Off to a bit of a slow start in the second half. 0 for 3 so far.
Back to Schroeder. To the inside. Johnson finds Schroeder. Screen by Claxton. Takes a three. Tries again. And that's 2 points on the layup. Claxton's got 8.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Towns up top. And now around 2 minutes going by in this half. Ooh, coming through again, shooting 5 for 7 now.
Put the first 3 misses behind them and finally ended their third quarter drought.
Timeout called, Brooklyn.
For your 3-2-1 hike.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Pass to Thomas. Basket counts. And the Nets lead by 8. Here's Russell. No points yet. Well, Cam Thomas certainly has an interesting background, Richard. He was born in Japan.
Yeah, Thomas is an American citizen and played high school ball in Virginia. Cam's mom was in the Army and was stationed in Japan when he was born there.
Now here's Towns. Double team on Towns. Just 4 to shoot. Russell from outside. Rebounded by Johnson.
And even after airtight defense like that, you still just expect him to hit those kind of shots.
Fade away. Oh, and Towns with the block.
The wingspan of Towns in action, allowing him to get on the ball.
Pass to Bridges. Here's Kispert. Towns down low. Johnson on him. Russell from outside. That's in. Coming off an assist from Towns. Towns has got 3 assists in the game. The Nets have gotten only 2 of 7 shots to go in the third quarter. Here's Thomas. He's been a big scorer for this offense, averaging around 20 points a game. Oh, got a piece of it. Now here's Banchero. He's closely guarded. No good.
Fighting hard for every miss.
Outside Schroeder. Outside Ingles for 3. And it's Orlando with a rebound.
Just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Russell to pass to Banchero. Back to Russell. Towns on a screen. Russell finds Towns. And give him another one. He's 6 of 8 and looking solid.
And it's always great to see Towns in the zone, bringing a ton of energy to his offensive game.
Timeout called, the Nets.
You could really see his squad was losing steam. Smart timeout to give them a breather.
So Orlando going with an almost entire new group here. Wagner's checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. Wagner comes in for Bridges. Suggs is checked in for Kispert. And Cole Anthony subbed in for Russell. So Brooklyn going with almost an entire new group here. Sharp, he's checked in for Claxton. Finney-Smith comes in for Johnson. Walker, he's checked in for Ingles. And Simmons is subbed in for Schroeder. .124 left in the third quarter. The 11-footer. Thomas misses. Orlando has gone 5 of 10 from beyond the three-point line in this game. Unlike a lot of drafts, Grant, there wasn't a clear first overall pick in 2022 for the Magic.
Yeah, but I do think they nailed it, taking Paolo Banchero, a 6'10 playmaker. Banchero was Rookie of the Year, and he's certainly a player you can build around.
Well, his shooting is unfortunately not helping things, and his lackluster accuracy is probably the thing that's keeping them behind.
Walker against Wagner. Walker passes to Sharp. Now Simmons. 6 on the shot clock. To win the drought, the Nets need to get off a shot here. He got a piece of it. They get it back. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Some changes for Brooklyn. Johnson, he's checked in for Sharp. And Harris is subbed in for Thomas. And here's Wagner. He'll bring it up for the Magic. Just 4 points. That's all they've given up here in the second half. Pass to Banchero. There's 21 seconds left in the third quarter. And it's good. 2 points. Banchero's got 8.
And Banchero can score from all 3 levels. And this versatility makes him a dangerous offensive weapon.
Left side, Johnson. But it wouldn't fall for him. It's still anybody's game as we reach the end of 3. It's the Nets leading by a point. And time to step away quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. What a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. The Nets with a lead. On the floor for Brooklyn. Ben Simmons is out there with Lonnie Walker. Then there's Dorian Finney-Smith. Then it's Cameron Johnson. And it's Harris in at the small forward position.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
Wagner finds Towns. Back to Wagner. Anthony outside. Oh, he misses the go-ahead basket. And for the Nets, they're shooting 52% from the floor so far. Outside Johnson. Finney-Smith, a screen. Beyond the arc. Yes. And that's Simmons with the assist. Simmons has got 3 assists tonight.
Using his size to spot and exploit these holes in the defense. That's a good find there by Simmons.
Here's Suggs. Towns, a screen on Walker. And the foul on Gary Harris. That's his first foul. The Magic making a switch here. Russell is checked in. Claxton, he's checked in for Brooklyn. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone now. Here's Suggs. Gets the bucket and the foul. It's going to be on Cameron Johnson.
Sturdy play by Suggs. He doesn't let the hit mess with his shot, and he's going to the line.
Second team foul.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Brooklyn.
Look, they're getting good looks inside. It's been a point of emphasis all night long, but I love this hard-nosed attitude of this team.
And you have to talk about the passing, too. I mean, the ball has been zipping around on the offense, and they've kept the extra pass mentality the whole way.
And that one misses.
And what I like about Suggs is that he does many things well, and that's because he plays with so much confidence.
Johnson with a bucket.
That's a clutch shot by a big-time shooter. And where's the D?
Pass to Towns. Here's Suggs. Out of bounds. It'll be Brooklyn's ball. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half of this fourth quarter. Simmons looking around. Pass to Walker. Screen by Claxton. Walker passes to Claxton. Wagner with a steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Magic. Here's Towns. And it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line.
First personal foul. Third team foul. At the line for Orlando, Carl Anthony Towns. One shot.
And no matter what the chatter is out there, all Big Cat does is produce on a nightly basis.
And he lobs it up to the rim.
Oh, what a pass. Those two read each other really well.
Looks like a play they've definitely run in practice. And Russell's got the ball here for the Orlando Magic. 4-point game. When this game is done, they'll be off to Toronto, taking on the Raptors. And that'll be their only game on the road before heading back home. Timeout call, Brooklyn.
It's T-shirt time. Let's get it, Magic fans. Fans, your Magic Houston Steve.
Orlando making some changes. And Caro's checked in for Wagner. Mikal Bridges comes in for Wagner. And Kispert is subbed in for Suggs. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Jacques Vaughn coaching his team during the break. They said in the huddle, this is it. No excuses. Let's figure out a way to win. A couple of players spoke as well, firing up their teammates. A great ending could be in store, guys.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. The Nets have gone 3 of 4 in the fourth and looking confident on offense. On the wing, Ingles. Pass to Thomas. And it's Orlando with a rebound. Towns has got 5 rebounds in the game.
And they're up right now, but it hasn't been because of him. He's really struggled on offense.
Good work there as it goes. And the Nets lead by 4. And here are the Magic now. Towns up top. And there's the rejection. Here's Thomas, guarded by Russell. Rebound by the Magic. And Carroll's got 4 rebounds now.
And let's be honest, they're winning in spite of his atrocious performance.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Schroeder passes to Claxton. Outside Johnson. Clock at 6. Outside Schroeder. Over Bridges. Schroeder can't get it to go.
Credit the defensive effort there, not giving him room to operate.
Schroeder against Russell. Now Towns. Pass to Kispert. Here's Bridges. Covered by Johnson. And the basket by Bridges.
And they call his number, and Bridges answers, not intimidated at all by the big moment.
Screen by Claxton. Unloads from 13. Thomas, that's good.
And this is just typical of him. Always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
And his team needs every bit of his production if they want to pull this one out. It is neck and neck here in the final period.
And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
And all Russell has to do is push out the distractions and focus on the task at hand. He can do this.
D'Angelo Russell. 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And no good, as the first free throw misses. We'll see if he can hit the second.
He is so talented. There's very little Russell can't do. It's just about the consistency, but the talent is all there.
And the second of 2 is good, and that narrows the gap to 1. Brooklyn has gone 4 of 9 so far from the perimeter. Here's Thomas. To the paint. The kick out to Ingles. Pass to Thomas. 5 on the clock. Claxton with it. Covered by Towns. Ingles from outside. Claxton. It's good on the putback.
Just great positioning to get the rebound, then get it back up.
And so it's Russell who brings up the ball for the Magic. They trail by 3. Now here's Banchero. Back to Russell. Screen by Bridges. Pulls it from the top of the key. He connects. Oh, what a sensational bucket. That brings him within 1. Crucial possession right here.
The crowd is on edge.
There's 31 seconds left in the final quarter. Here's Claxton. Count it!
Talk about stepping up in a big way.
What a huge play coming through when it matters most.
Orlando calls timeout. They're trailing by 3. 27 seconds left to play in the 4th.
Magic fans, it's time to get loud for the 4 of 7.
27 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Now a timeout called by Orlando. They're down by 3. 27 seconds left in the fourth. Russell against Schroeder. Here's Kispert. Here's Russell. The 3. Misses the 3.
Ooh, he really came close to leveling the score there.
You love the intensity out there right now. Close game. Both teams leaving it all out there.
And that's how you defend. Glad we had a chance to see a replay of that block again.
You know, you can't ask for any better defense than that. He responded so fast to the shooter, and it stifled him.
And they go to the intentional foul.
And a smart choice right there. I mean, you can't allow them to just drain the clock.
Second team foul. Belonging to the Nets, Nicholas Claxton. 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. And so both free throws.
Those free throws help seal the deal.
The 3 from Banchero. Oh, he drained it from downtown.
And stepping up when it's clutch time, that's a very mature play by the young Banchero.
Timeout called. Brooklyn. They're leading by 2. There's 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter. now they foul and stop the clock.
Yeah, and there's no question they have to foul. Now, I'm sure they would have preferred to avoid it.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game. From deep 3-point land, no good there. And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them. They had to dig deep to come out on top.
Yeah, you know, some teams might buckle under the pressure towards the end. The crowd was so amped up, such a hostile environment. But they stood tall and got the win.
Well, now we have some time to check in with Allie LaForce. Allie.
Joe, as usual, you guys did a great job of working it around. What's allowed you to be successful offensively?
I think just like you said, just that we've got unselfish guys. We move the ball. Obviously making shots helps the end of that. But all season we've had an unselfish team. We enjoy playing together, and I think it shows when we play like we did tonight.
Congrats on the great teamwork tonight.
Allie, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. This is Brian Anderson saying thanks for watching as we leave you with the New Balance Player of the Game.
En el party calentando la cha. Acá somos zorras, perras y ga. Esa bicha lo que quiere es bla. Quiere darme inhalar.